I just wanted to make a little casual vlog. Oh, frick. Sorry, I did not think about where I was going to put the camera before I started this. Let's see how that looks. I can live with that. Okay. Well, right now, I'm putting away my laundry because it is tech week, and you are lying to yourself if you do theater and it gets to tech week and your room is not a mess. So I'm going to be talking to you while I put away my clothing because that's the only way I'm going to put away my clothing. So anyways, hi. How y'all doing? I'm doing okay. Things have been going in directions I did not anticipate with my life, like in terms of like job, like what I'm gonna do this summer, things like that. So that's been a little crazy, but I have a lot of, hold on, I'm gonna see. There, that looks a little bit better. I'm gonna see. There, yeah. And I'll turn it more in case I... This is so fun. See, guys, this is just me being here because I'm so... I've kind of, like, with YouTube, I'm at the point where I'm like, I just want to make stuff. I don't want to, like, overthink, like, camera placement and all that jazz. And I knew that if I kept trying to... Because I was like, I want to make a video today. But then I was like, but I gotta figure out all this stuff. And then I was looking around my, again, messy room. And I was like, well, I'm gonna keep procrastinating both this and that if I don't just do it. So here I am just doing it. But anyways, there have been a couple exciting updates since I last did like a vlog video. And one of those things is I am getting stuff published, kind of. I mean, like, technically the verbiage is published, but it's not like physical, like in the hand, and I'm not getting paid for it. So there's this online blog called Hey Young Writer, and they were hunting for contributing writers. So I was like, hey, might as well apply to that, and I got it. So I'm one of Hey Young Writer's contributing writers. So how that works is once a month I give them like a poem, a short story, something like that, and I take and they edit it, they give me feedback on it, and then they publish it on their website. So that's been pretty nifty. And I've had a couple of my other works published or accepted for publication on like other websites. Scribbled Online is another one that I submitted a short story to, and they accepted it, so that was really cool. I'm trying to think what else. There was a couple other things I wanted to talk to you guys about. But those were like some of the big ones that like it's giving me hope that my, oh god. See, all of you guys who make the hope puns, you're like, oh, you're so funny with it. But I also make the hope puns sometime, and I get just as annoyed with myself as I do with you guys. So it's really funny. I really don't care. I've gotten used to it. It's been my whole life. But anyways, it's giving me, like, I'm taking it as a good sign that people want my non-play writing. So, like, they're not scripts, but they're like short stories and poems and creative nonfiction essays, and people want to read those. People want, like, think that is good writing too, and I'm really thankful about that. So I'm gonna make the most of what I can, and being a contributing writer is giving me an excuse to keep writing and force myself to work on something that's not a play. That's one of them. I finished the first draft of my first ever 2-act play, which is wild. It is 181 pages long, which, if you are in theater, you know that, like, if you're in script writing, the common rule of thumb is that 1 minute of dialogue is equal to about 1 page in a script. So I wrote a 3-hour play. However, the way I format my scripts is a little bit different than the normal way, because I don't like using Times New Roman, so I use Courier New. And that leads to my pages having a little bit less content on it, so I'm not super worried about it, but it's really interesting. It's a rewrite of the first ever 1-act play that I wrote, The Interim and the Albatross, and I kind of cooked with it. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it feels weird for me to like take pride in something that I wrote, where it's like not trying to sound boastful or anything like that. But I'm like rereading. My plan for later today is to go back and start editing draft 2, and I'm just sitting here and I'm like I was rereading some of what I wrote previously, and I was like, wait, this is actually like this needs to be refined, but this could probably be one of the best plays I've written because I took and not a lot of people know a lot about the first draft of Interim and the Albatross, but it was good enough that it was selected to be read in a semifinal, like staged reading, for a playwriting competition in like local here in town where I live, and that was back when I was just a sophomore in college. So I left that play. Hello to you too. If you didn't hear that, there was a bird outside that just went. "Dah, dah," it was great. Also, if you hear the washer going off, our washer is broken, so it's just making noise a lot of the time. But anyways, um, it's very exciting because the first draft had like 9 characters in several different locations and like a very like it had a plot. It sure had a plot, but obviously like when I reread that first draft, I was like, oh, I could do so much better now because I've got 3 years of playwriting under my belt. So I did. So we went from 9 characters to 3, and several locations to just the living room of their house. And so it's been very interesting with that. So The Interim and the Albatross is basically about 2 sisters, Nora and Luca, who are both in high school, and it's following them through a year of school as Nora, who's a senior, is starting to get ready to transition into adulthood and what that looks like, especially with her younger sister, Luca, who has autism, and she's starting high school and having that transition. And it's a combination of trying to like find her own identity outside of being Nora's younger sister, and also creating art in her own way, and also dealing with people who don't like that Luca has autism. So it's a very, if you know me, that this play has a lot, is inspired a lot by my personal life, because and I kind of during this rewrite, I really leaned into like one of the core things that I really wanted to like elevate in this script, which was just that sibling bond, because I love my siblings, and especially now that I'm an adult in my own apartment and stuff like that, like I don't get to see them very often, so I write plays about them now. I don't know. A lot of my art can be boiled down to either it is me in a trench coat or it is very heavily inspired by a question that I nope, wrong door. It's either inspired by direct experiences I've had, or it's been inspired by questions I'm thinking about or themes I've been dealing with. And that's where I think a lot of my strength as a storyteller lies, in just delivering that authenticity. So, that being said, I am pushing myself. I'm starting to write like short stories and plays that are like a little bit more absurdist. Like I wrote a 10-minute play, and it was actually 10 minutes, guys. Holy crap. It was actually 10 minutes, 10 pages. I'm so proud of myself because every time I set out to write a 10-minute play, it always ends up being a 15-minute play because I can't shut up. But I wrote a 10-minute play about a coffee shop where the people go there to eat the food, and they make a wish and their wish comes true. And so it was a very like fantastical story, and it was like the barista was talking to a patron who basically like bribed them to stay open late so they could get some like hot chocolate before their big job interview in the morning, and they were both like talking about their perspectives on the cafe and stuff like that. I had a lot of fun writing that one, so I'm gonna keep trying to do stuff like that. But yeah, and another big thing is finding Godot. The two episodes of the 4 episode long miniseries is out now. It's on Fresh Slate Productions YouTube channel. My friends Matt and Josh operate it, and they have been so good. It looks so awesome. Episode 2 literally came out yesterday, and it's so cool. And watching like because when they went to adapt it, they like made changes to the script and they passed them off to me, and I looked at it and was like, "Nay, that looked good." And so, but then watching them, I was like, especially in episode 2, like me and my family watched the episode together last night, and we were kind of gagged. We were like, "That's crazy!" So, and it's very surreal seeing that story on the big screen, my parents' TV. But I enjoyed it. And it looks really good. It's really a testament to the skill that Matt and Josh have, and I'm very blessed that they uh, saw something that saw my production of Finding Godot, and were inspired enough by it that they wanted to put their own spin on it. And I'm really grateful that they gave me the opportunity to work with them. So, boys, if you're watching this, thanks. Yeah. I stopped doing laundry. I gotta keep doing the laundry. In case you couldn't tell, I have raging ADHD, unfortunately. For better or worse, less rather than unfortunately. Because that's how I have 47 different ideas for stories and plays and just getting things done. And that's how I have the energy to get them done. But yeah, I think that's a lot of the big stuff. I'm kind of just trying to, now that summer's here, a lot of like the theater companies in town are winding down their seasons. They're going to take the summer to like either do educational kids camps or just like recoup and their like teams take a break and stuff like that. Like I'm currently stage managing Death of a Salesman, and that closes this next Sunday, and then that theater company has one more production, but I'm not involved with it yet. I've been asked to join the tech team. I said I'll think about it. But yeah, it's been a wild time. But and if you've watched the other video on my channel, you know that I'm finally talking about the fantasy adventure series. I'm calling it that because it's more interesting than the name of the actual series. Like, I know what the series is going to be called, but it's a made-up word, so I don't want to start calling it that just yet, because first off, there's no recognition behind it, but secondly, also, there is a mental hurdle saying that word out loud to an adult with a straight face. Like, yes, this world building that I've created since I was like 16 and like working on actually since I was like 12 and have only just now got around to writing the books for. It's based on a made-up word that sounds so silly to say, and it's just like kind of like what I was talking about in that previous video. Like, I just have to, like, I care so deeply about it, but I'm worried that it sounds silly to other people. So I'm like, which there's a difference between the concept of a play sounding silly and the concept and the title of a book series being silly, because that's a little bit more, I don't know. It's different. I'm having to relearn the writing process for writing a book because I've written enough plays that I can get my ideas down super fast. But with this first draft, I'm sitting here and like one of the next episodes in the fantasy adventure series is gonna be talking about the beginning, because the beginning for draft 1 sucks. But I don't really know how to like change it, because I can't I'm not going to talk about it because then I won't have anything to talk about in the actual fantasy adventure series episode. But yeah, so kind of just wanted to come on here, talk a little bit more casually. I'm gonna try and get a lot done this summer when I'm like not working with the theater company, because I'm kind of trying to like have a chill summer, just work on what I can. If I play my cards right, draft 2 of the Interim and the Albatross will be done by the end of the summer at the very least, and then I can start asking friends to like, hey, do you want to come listen to a read through of this so that I could get some feedback on it. Things like that. And yeah, yeah, I don't know. Life's been really crazy, and I've been trying to figure out what like I want to do for next like school year, because that's my job right now. I'm a full-time substitute teacher, and I'm trying to like decide, do I want to keep doing that? Do I want to like try and like settle down, find a full like a big girl job or whatever? And I don't know. I really don't know. So that's what this summer is also going to be, just taking some time thinking, um, and reading, hopefully. I have a bunch of friends who've lent me books, and I have started one of them, and I need to read more of them. But yeah, thought I'd just come on here quick, say hi. Quick, it's 15 minutes. Actually, considering I'm not editing this, that is actually really fast. So, thanks for watching if you got this far. I hope to post a little bit more frequently, and that's why I'm not doing like a lot of editing for these anymore, because I just want to like, because it's so, for every one video that I made like last year, it took me genuinely 3 hours to edit it, because I'd have to go through, and also all the services that I use to like edit videos keep crashing. They keep crashing. So that's why it would take 3 hours. It's not that I'm completely incompetent at using Canva or frickin' ClipCut. They just both keep crashing because my computer is old and it's on Windows 10, and Microsoft is trying to force stop my computer to make me get a Windows 11 laptop, and I don't want one because my Windows 10 one is working just fine, and I don't want to re-download everything. Anyways, thank you for watching, because at least now I can walk on my floor. There's no clothes on my floor. So, thanks. I hope you have a great day, and I'll catch ya sometime. Peace.